Hi guys, welcome to your week 37 Modern World launch, and we are going to finish up our project on World War One. So we should be getting close to finishing the Artist Expression project. We are on checkpoint 4 this week.
It's the final countdown. The final countdown.
Okay, so there's 15 days left as of today. Again, the last day of school is May 25th, so if you have not started to create your plan to finish, you're running out of time, so it's important to kick it into a different gear now and start your work. So again, your 3 options for summer. Your first one is you complete all of your courses by May 25th and you actually enjoy your summer and come back next year. The second, if you've completed at least 50% of a course, you're eligible for summer school, but this is not free. It does cost $100 per course. So if you're even eligible for this option, you would have received a letter at this point. If you did not receive a letter, that means you're down to 2 options, and that is either finish or you do not pass your courses and you make the rest of your high school career even more challenging. So you guys need to be, once you guys are in 9th grade and you're earning credits for the first time, you should be working as hard as you can. I believe you guys need 25 credits to graduate high school. So this year you should have got at least 5 credits, if not more. So if you don't grab these easier ones, it's just going to get harder and harder as it goes. So work really, really hard these last 15 days and reach out for help. Come to Learning Labs. We have extra ones all this week. We do have Learning Labs this week on Monday. We put an extra one on Wednesday, and we also have on Thursday. Those are 1 to 3 p.m. if you need tutoring. If you're somebody who just thinks you could work better away from your house and coming to our site and working there, we do have options. You can come all day between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Tuesday and Friday next week, or this coming week, excuse me. I believe the 8th and 11th. Yes. So the 8th and 11th, you can come from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is not tutoring, so there's not going to be staff available to actually sit there and do your work with you, but you can just come, use the internet, quiet space, and get a lot of stuff done in an 8-hour day. The Artist Expression project, we are moving on to checkpoint 4, which is the art analysis, and this is the main part of the project. So what I want you guys to do is you should be focusing on these World War I art resource. This is where you're going to find the information that you need to complete the project. And that resource looks a little bit like this. Okay, so you're going to be choosing 2 pieces of art, and this is going to be your reflection question. So the answer is you need 2 pieces of art, okay? So what you want to do is pick any of these paintings. There's a whole bunch of different options, different paintings that were created during World War I. There's also just different art pieces. There's poems. There's also links to different poems and art pieces. So if you're not content with the ones that are on here, feel free to go look elsewhere. It also gives you a good bit of the context. So make sure if whenever you are writing things that you're not just writing word for word from this, but you want to treat it like a source. So you want to say, according to the World War I art resource, and then, give a quote from this or something like that. But this is where you should be getting your information. So again, you're going to be picking 2 of these for this checkpoint. And then what I recommend is to use the art analysis graphic organizer. This is going to help you greatly, not only for this checkpoint, but for the rest of the project. So the first thing you want to do, the project essential questions, you do not need to answer all of these. What you want to do is pick one of these. So there's what are the effects of war? How can art show the perspective of those responding to emotional and traumatic life experiences? Or how can art reflect the context of a historical event or time period? So you should be picking one of those 3. You're going to then type the one, we're going to type the answer or the question that you would like to respond to in this box here. Then you're going to draft your thesis, okay? So your thesis, again, should be your answer or your claim that is a response to your question that you're trying to answer. So put your thesis here. Then you should have your 2 art pieces that you picked. You want to make sure you pay attention to title, artist, and year. Then you want to contextualize the art piece. You want to answer these basic questions. When was it created? What was happening at the time that this art piece was created? There's a World War I timeline available for you in this checkpoint as well that can help you see during that year what was happening. And then also, how does this art piece reflect the time period in which it was made? Also include things about the author. Was he an actual soldier at the time? Was he looking back on his experiences? Was he living in it? So make sure that's how you contextualize. And then the last answer for each one is, how does this art piece help you answer the project essential question? So remember, the question that you're answering, how does this art piece help you answer? So if you picked what are the effects of war, you want to say this art piece shows the effects of war because, and then give specific examples. Your next piece is going to be the synthesizing multiple sources. And this is all the stuff that you're going to be expected to do for the final product. So it's best to do it here. You're going to be answering, how are the art pieces similar or different? Consider the type of art piece, the artist, the year, the message, and then how do the art pieces help you answer the essential question? So synthesizing is just a fancy word for compare and contrast, but you want to compare those two pieces and consider these things right here. Then what you do is you go into checkpoint 4. If you did the graphic organizer, it's going to be really easy because all you're going to have to do is copy and paste pretty much word for word, line for line right into this and make it in a paragraph form. So that is checkpoint 4. And if you do this one correctly, I'm going to be giving you guys a ton of feedback on this one because this is basically the product, the final product. Okay, so if you have any questions on that checkpoint 4, please reach out to me this week. Week 37 is running from May 9th to May 15th. I'd like to see you guys mastering all of your remaining focus areas. Just try to knock those out of the way. Some of you have a lot of work to do in terms of focus areas. So if we have 15 days left. So if you have 30 focus areas left across all 4 classes, that means you need to be mastering 2 focus areas a day. Don't just take them once because it doesn't matter if you don't pass it. We need to turn these things green. So try it 10 times in a day if you need to, but keep trying until you turn it green. If you are in a position that you are finished with most of your focus areas and you're on pace of the project, also consider doing extra credit, which would be the additional focus areas. And please work to submit checkpoint 4 of the Art as Expression project. And your reflection for this week, I'd like you to answer in a private comment, how many World War I art pieces should be included in your art analysis? So this is one, if you get it wrong, you did not watch my launch, so you will not be getting credit for it. So this is very simple. I told you several times throughout, go back and rewatch it, but please answer in a private comment.
Well, the last one, the second last one.